Hi, this is Kim, and I'm going to show you my course and some of the changes that I have made. And the name of my course is Nursing Informatics, and it is a course that's taught for the RN to BSN program. And so these are associate degree nurses who are coming back to get their bachelor's degree. And so what I've done is I've gone through and made some changes based on some of the things that I've learned here. In terms of the two elements that were revised during the course, lectures, that was a big one because my lectures were really long, and so I went back and divided those up into smaller sections. The other thing that's going to be a big change in this course is that the end project, which is the biggest project in the course, is I'm going to allow them to choose how they want to present that to me. So I'm going to allow them to, if they want to do it in Prezi or PowerPoint, or whatever it is they want to do, they can pick the program, and I'll give them suggestions and some resources that they might could use to present their final product. And that's really different. We usually are pretty straightforward in how we have them present things, so that's going to be really exciting. So that's going to be a really big change. The other thing I've done is I'm going through and I'm adding more media elements to it, and I'll show you some of the YouTube videos that I've added. I did a introduction, just a brief welcome to the course as using VoiceThread, and so I've added that in there. And then I've done an introduction in the discussion board using Animoto. So those are some things that I have not used before, so that was quite different. In terms of lessons learned, for me, one is having to cut things down and make them shorter, and not talking as long, making things more brief. So that was really quite important. And then I've learned a lot about different programs that I had not used before. And I've learned just talking to my students about some of the things that they prefer. One of them I'll talk to you about in terms of having audios available to them as well, and that's something I'm going to add in based on some feedback that I've just received from some students. So and I think the other thing that I've learned is you have to be really careful about the size of what you use and whether or not it's going to work, and whether or not your students are going to have easy accessibility to it. So doing things such as using YouTube to allow things to be more accessible was a really big thing for me to learn there, because I had not typically relied a lot on YouTube before. So so that was very interesting. So let me go ahead and show you some of the things that I have done in this course. And the first thing, they go to the orientation module. And in the orientation module, this is just an overview of everything that they'll need all semester long in this course. So the first thing I've done is a welcome. Hello, my name is Kim Sale, and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. I look forward to working with you as we learn about the role of informatics in safety in healthcare and in nursing practice. If you have any questions, just let me know. My information can be found in the course syllabus and how to contact me. Okay, so that's just my brief introduction. And in terms of how to contact me, we actually go over that in the next section, which is our course overview video. And I've not recorded that yet because I'm still doing some, I'm rearranging the content a little bit. But basically what the course overview video usually is I will use iSpring as the program I usually use for that. And we record a presentation just going over all of the different components, familiarizing them to this D2L site, which is what we're using at my university, and then going over some of the important course policies that we want them to know about. All right, so this shows you, here's the course syllabus and the course calendar, and that course calendar just lays out each week the objectives, the reading assignments, and then any assignments that they have in the due date, so they have that to refer to. And then I have all the documents they need for their course assignments, so they can always have these to go back to. And so one thing that we'll do is we're going to divide them up into smaller groups to work. And so I've got group assignments, or will have. This is just a dummy draft. It has everything laid out, but no student names in it yet, of all their assignments and what group they're going to be in. They'll be doing discussion boards this semester, and so this is just a rubric as well as how to locate articles and the quality articles for the discussion board, so we include that. And then one of the things that I found was just quite fun on YouTube was a video about discussion board and etiquette. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not.
Most of us are familiar with the Society's guidelines known as etiquette. Online communication has its own rules and guidelines for etiquette. These are often referred to as netiquette. Keep these rules in mind for any kind of online communication, including email, discussion board posts, and other online contact with your classmates or instructor. First, avoid abbreviations that you might use when texting or on Facebook, like talk to you later, laugh out loud, or other abbreviations. Not everyone knows what these mean, and
it's just it's a couple minutes long, so I won't play the whole thing, but it's just a really cute video, catches your attention, really brings your attention to some of the things that you shouldn't do when communicating with faculty and other students during the semester. We're also going to be doing a blog, and so this just gives them the guidelines and rubrics for the blog, as well as I went and found, I'm not used to blogging, so the D2 will help on how to blog. And then the biggest, one of the biggest changes is going to be the final safety presentation, which I'm going to allow them to decide how they want to present that and what format they're going to do that in, and which is going to be very exciting to see what they come up with. But I've already got the guideline and the rubric there, and then I'll provide them with some resources of different programs that they can use, just like we've done in this course. And then this just shows, this is not any change here, but I'll show you what I did change. But this is their assignment they have in terms of the orientation. The first thing they have to do is do a welcome. And the biggest change here is that I encourage them to do something a little different in terms of their welcome. And so I went ahead and posted an example of welcome using, mine's using Animoto. And so let's see, click on that, hopefully, yep, there it is. And so this just gets them started in terms of seeing how they might do things a little bit differently. So I kind of like Animoto, it's a little bit fun. I had not used it before and I really quite enjoy it. So they'll have their introduction, and they'll have an example there. The only other thing that they'll have, and this is not anything new, but they'll have a quiz that they have to take, which is basically making sure that they've read the policies and are familiar with due dates and things like that. And once they finish that, then the next content will open up. And so the next content that opens up would be Module 1. And so when you go into Module 1, this is where we're going to see a few changes that are new to the course. But this just lays it out. I'll put the dates in later as we get closer to the fall. But this shows you the objectives for this week's assignments, the reading assignments, and then any content recordings. And so I found a really nice video on YouTube.
Welcome to this video about health informatics. We'll be looking at what...
And this is just a real brief overview about health informatics, so introducing them to the topic. And then the really big change that is different for me is the fact that I went and divided up what would have been a bigger lecture, the bigger lecture that I submitted earlier in the course, and I've divided up into smaller lectures, and so I use Camtasia to make...
Welcome to NRSC 3350 Healthcare Informatics for the RN.
Some smaller lectures. That one is 6 minutes long. And I think this one's about the same. This one's, yeah, they're 6 minutes. So they're each about 6 minutes now. So it was an 18-minute video. And
so when you look at the information,
I've divided them all up about 6 minutes. And so they have little blurbs. And the one thing I wanted to mention here that I think I'm going to go back and do is based on some feedback I've gotten from a different course. I teach an online pharmacology course. And I had a student that asked if I would be willing to post just audios and not the recorded videos. And so I was able to go back and learn how to do that through Camtasia. All the videos had been recorded through Camtasia. And so I was able to go back and just pull out the audios and post those. And what I'm finding out is that the students are actually using the audios more than they're using the videos. And when we talk to them about it, what they're doing is they're actually loading those recordings onto their phones and things like that. And so that as they're driving and going around, they have them actually on their phone. They can listen to the lecture and not watch it. So it's very interesting. So I'll probably go back and also add those for those who would prefer to have the audio lecture. And the other thing that I've got to do is go back and do the transcripts for these now that I've divided them up and figure out an easy way to get those transcripts typed up. And we've talked about how to do that on YouTube and but I can also do it through Camtasia. And then also one of the recommendations is that you actually type your script up first, so before you actually record it. So you already have that in place before you do the video. So there's several ways I can go back and look at that. And then in terms of their assignments, all of the modules are going to be set up to look the same, so it's pretty consistent for the students. So they'll have their objectives first, the reading assignment, and then any recordings, and then the week's assignments. And so they'll have discussion boards, just like I showed you before. And I went ahead and linked back to all the original documents so that they have them right there and don't have to go hunt for them. And then once they complete that, then the next module will open up. And so that is what I have done in terms of my course, and in terms of lessons learned. I think that one of the biggest things is that I need to have short videos and not long videos, and keep their attention and keep them interested. And I really like adding the videos, the interesting videos that I found in there that does break it up and really does add a nice quality to the course. And then I do like it's taking some getting used to. I'm not used to doing little introductory videos, a picture up there, so that is taking some getting used to. But I do like it. It brings it makes it more personable, and so I hope the students like it as well. So I think those are the things that I've learned, and also how to be very aware of accessibility in terms of, are they going to be able to open these and use them? So I have to keep the size small and make sure that I'm using a medium that is going to be easy for them to access. So those are the things that I've learned and the things that I've changed, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.